The Cheerleader is a really supportive, almost borderline cleric-like subclass within the Dancer modded class that is very supportive. You can, heal all your allies up, you can keep them topped up, you can even replenish things like wall shape charges, raid charges, key points, that sort of thing. So let's go over it. We're going to level by level, commentary on all the items you can need. So of course we start with the Dancer modded class, and this will give you Rhythmic Rally. So inspire your allies through dance to give them an extra action to use this turn as a bonus action, and this is huge. Harmonious Hustle, a +2 bonus to initiative rolls. And that pushes us into our spells, and for this one we're going to start with Melodic Mend. Inspire your allies through dance and help up down to characters, or remove burning, ensnared, entangled, and web prone and sleeping. Again, a huge ability as a bonus action at level 1. And we're going to pair this with Minor Illusion to create an illusion. When it comes to ability points, we're going to have 8 Strength, 16 Dexterity, 14 Constitution, 10 Intelligence, 10 Wisdom, and 16 Charisma, as this is your spellcasting modifier. For proficiencies, take what fits your roleplay. Dancer level 2 brings more spells, and for this we're going to take Fairy Fire to give advantage on attack rolls to any enemies lit up by this. And we'll pair this with Long Strider to give us or our allies an extra 3 meters of movement speed. Dancer level 3 is where we get to pick our specialization. Before that we gain some more spells, and we will take Cure Wounds and Healing Word to begin our healing capabilities. And this will lead very nicely into the Cheerleader subclass. So cheerleaders would rather cheer their allies to keep them in good fighting shape than engage in combat themselves. So this will give you Cheer of Creation, cheer on a teammate and spend a spell slot to unlock a spell slot for them. As well as Pom Pom Prayer. So cheer on an ally to keep them fighting and heal them, and you'll give them 4 hit points. Dancer level 4 brings a new feat. Before this we get to pick a dance, and if you need to go over these and read them all, then go and check out my War Dancer that I did a few days ago. But for this we are just going to start with, when I find the right one, Salsa, and this will give you a +3 to your armor class, making us harder to hit, and we do need some extra AC. We get to pick more spells at this point, and I would start with Misty Step to help us get around the battlefield, and then I would also take Lesser Restoration, so we can cure creatures from disease, poison, paralysis, or blindness. We get to pick a feat, and for this we're going to take the Ability Improvement and bump 18 into Charisma. Dancer level 5 brings more spells. We get to pick a new enchantment cantrip at this point, and it's just meant to say cantrip, but I messed it up, that's okay. And we're going to take Guidance for some capabilities outside of combat. We get to pick one more spell here, and we will take Aid. Dancer level 6 brings Free Flow. Retreat safely, moving won't provoke opportunity attacks. This is huge to get out of danger. And here we get to pick some more spells, so we will take for this one the Pom Pom Party. 6 to 20 healing is a 2d8 +4. Cheer on nearby allies within 3 meters and heal them for 2 turns. Level 3 spell slot. Now we get to pick a cheer, and these cheers are Cheers of Celebration or Cheers of Chivalry. And effectively what all of these do is restore something. So as you can see, you can spend 1 dance step to give 1 wall shape, 1 dance to give 1 key, rage, channel divinity, channel oath, and bardic inspiration. And obviously you're probably not going to want to pick the same ones I'm picking. Pick this based on whatever your party composition is most of the time. For example, if you are using a Minthara, so you have paladins, you probably want to take Cheer of Chivalry. I don't have a paladin, so this one is useless to me. So for this one we will start with the wall shape, because I will be using Jaheira for the combat tutorial. Dancer level 7 brings new spells. We gain another dance at this point as well, and for this one we are going to take a Vogue to give us an extra action on 1 turn. And we gain more spells here, so for this we are going to take the Warden of Vitality. So while this aura lasts, you can cast Restore Vitality as a bonus action to heal yourself or nearby allies. Dancer level 8 brings a new feat. Before that, once again we get more spells, so we are going to take Mass Healing Word. And then for your feat, here we're going to take the Ability Improvement and max our Charisma at 20. Dancer level 9 brings Serene Stretch, so we can take a second to sit down and stretch, recover 1 dance step and some health. We gain more spells at this point, so let's take Misty Step. Dancer level 9 brings Serene Stretch, so we can take a second to sit down and stretch, you deserve it, recover 1 dance step and some health. To go alongside this, we are going to take Misty Step. And then as you can see, we get another cheer, and once again pick whatever you need based on your party composition. I'm using Shadow Hop, so I'm going to take a Channel Divinity. Dancer level 10 brings more spells, and before we get to pick one of them, we get to pick a dance. So for this one, we're going to take Samba, so we can give ourselves an extra bonus action. We get to pick another spell at this point, so let's take Remove Curse. Dancer level 11 brings more spells as per usual, and for this one we're going to take Greater Restoration. And then finally, Dancer level 12 brings a new feat. Before that, more spells to choose from, so we are going to take Mass Cure Wounds. This is basically our biggest healing capability we have. We get another Cheer, so once again pick whatever you need. I'm just going to take Key, because why not? And then for a feat, we're going to take Alert. +5 bonus to Initiative, and we cannot be surprised. Okay, let's go over our equipment, and we're saving a lot of our equipment for other characters. So a lot of the good wizard equipment or spellcaster equipment we're saving for our actual spellcasters, and all sorts. So this, you can really slot into any format. So we're going to start with the Browbeat and Circle It for a +1 bonus to spell save DC while threatened. The Cloak of Displacement. This will activate giving enemies disadvantage on attack rolls against us until we get hit, effectively just to protect us a little bit. We're going to take the Evasive Shoes to give us a +1 to Acrobatics and Armor class. The Shelter of Akfakala. This will give you advantage on saving throws against spells and a use of Mirror Image, a nice way to boost your AC and protect yourself. Obviously, if this is the only spellcaster you're using, you could take the Robes of the Weave, give yourself another +2 to AC, that sort of thing. We're going to take the Braces of Defense to give ourselves a +2 bonus to Armor class, as long as we're not holding armor or a shield. The Burnish Ring for use of Paralyzing Ray. The Shifting Corpus Ring gives us use of Invisibility and Blur. The Strange Tendril Amulet to give us Edvard's Black Tentacles, one of my favourite spells in the game. You can use this to trap enemies, causing damage to them. And then finally, for a staff, again we're saving Markashare and the Staff of Spell Power for people that have high level damage dealing spells to use Arcane Battery. If you want to use them, you perfectly can. But for this, I've taken the Harper Sacred Striker to give us Spiritual Weapon, so that we can basically have some damage output from our character. So that is the build. Let's go find some combat and check it. Okay, we're in the combat. You can see we're top of the turn order alongside our rogue. So let's get our spiritual weapon going, and we'll just get a great axe. And now because it's coming from the staff, we actually get to cast it at 6th level, despite not having any 6th level spell slots. Now with that being said, that still frees up our main action, and there's so many things we can do, but a lot of our capabilities are healing based. So let's just start with something very simple. We'll start with the Warden of Vitality. So then when we do take damage, at least our allies will be healed up. Okay, now to show some of our abilities, we will start with our Wild Shape to use one of our capabilities here. So let's Wild Shape, and let's just turn into a Panther. Nice and small. And we'll also use one of our Channel Divinities, so let me just find that in my list here. So let's do our Cloak of Shadows. And there we go, we used up one of our Channel Divinity charges. Okay, and with our Spiritual Weapon, we'll use this to hunt down enemies. And you see we can deal some pretty decent damage with it. Now from here, we can actually start showing off some of our amazing healing stuff. So let's start with Pom Pom Party. Now you can upcast this for more, we're not going to worry. We're just going to do it for level 3 for 2 turns. And as you can see, if we put it here, it works in this radius almost like a Spirit Guardians. So if we come through here, because we know we don't get opportunity attacks, we can sort of just run around like a battlefield medic. And from there, that still frees up our bonus action, so we can restore Vitality if we want to, thanks to our Warden of Vitality we're still concentrating on. We can target your hero with this. Now she was already topped up fully, and that's okay, but you get the gist with this. And again, we use our Spiritual Weapon to deal some damage, since we don't really have any damage capabilities ourselves. And what we can do from here, as you can see, we still have so many abilities available to us. So, first things first, let's increase our AC. And we do this through Dance Salsa. So if we do this, we use one of our dance steps, and we're now harder to hit. And what we can do here is we can do our Rhythmic Rally to give a character an extra action this turn. So if we pair this with Jaheira, who's used one of her Wild Shape forms, and what we can do with that is if we target the Barbarian, we can do our attack. You'll see we have an attack we can do as a bonus action, get that going, and we still have our extra action where we can continue piling out the extra attacks. So you can really pile out this damage. And as you can see, we can just keep going, completely chipping away. Spiritual weapon once again, chip away at the enemy's health bar. And that brings to us, and you'll see our Warden of Vitality has run out, or our Aura of Vitality has run out. But, of course, we still have all of these capabilities, and everything is pretty much healing, so there's not really too much I can show off with this build, to be honest. Now we can reactivate our Vitality, just like that, little top-ups. But yeah, there's really not much to show off with this. It's very much a unconventional cleric. We can obviously do our big heals, so we can do some mass healing word as a bonus action. But that's why I've sort of put gear on here that could come in helpful, like Advanced Black Tentacles. Because we can throw this up here, and we can try and entangle people to keep them stuck. So of course we can just keep doing things like our Rhythmic Rally to give characters extra attacks, or sorry, extra actions. And then obviously if you pair this with like a fighter, you can give them basically action surge every turn. So there's lots of good sort of capabilities with this, but this is the kind of subclass that your party composition really matters. For example, in this demonstration, obviously I've gone with a druid, a rogue, and a cleric to show off that you do become very, very limited. Whereas if I had Karlach, Lae'zel, and Gale, for example, with this cheerleader, then we could be doing 6 attacks every turn with Lae'zel. We can keep restoring rage with Karlach. We can give Gale spell slots. Like really awesome abilities like that. So party composition is so important when it comes to using this subclass. So that is the cheerleader in action. If we check out Jaheira, you'll see she's only got 1 wild shape left. So if we come to our character, and we go to Cheer of Conservation, spend 1 dance to get 1 wild shape, we can select Jaheira here. And if we come to Jaheira, you'll see she now has 2. So you can really just revamp this outside of combat, allowing you not to take as many short rests if you don't need to. But alas, that is the cheerleader subclass for the Dancer mod. Really hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please drop this a like, helps me tremendously, and check out the mod if this seems like your kind of thing. If you're ready, please subscribe to the channel as well. I've got more guides to Baldur's Gate, Dragon Age, Path of Exile, Elden Ring, Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers, basically all the amazing RPGs you could ever need. And hopefully, I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.